Hello and welcome to Wildgrass Library of Tutorials, and in this tutorial we are going to introduce the new and improved expenses feature. Okay, so let's head out to our Wildgrass app. I already have it open here, and inside here we first land at our quick select, and I can simply then come here to bookkeeping and select expenses. Okay, so I actually have already entered some expenses here, but when you open it you won't have anything here yet. So let's fix that and enter your first expense. Alright, so we come and click on new expense here, and the first thing we'll do is you won't have any categories, so we can come and first create our expense category, because all of your different expenses will have to be in specific categories so that it's easier for you to organize them. Alright, so let's just click here, category, and then we can type and say petty cash, or maybe we can say I don't know, maintenance work, or however you categorize your expenses. And so for like my categories, I put development and testing because we do a lot of beta testing and whatnot, so you find you've got a lot of costs related to that. I put direct marketing activity, and I also put petty cash because you gotta have some cash in the pocket. So once you've created your category and selected it, the next step is you enter the details. So what is this particular expense about? Yeah, so here we can say maybe server costs. Okay, so here we can say server costs, and then we can either set a fixed price. So a fixed price is for whenever that expense will always have the same price. Let's say when we're paying, what do we pay for that is fixed? Let's say rent is always fixed. It's always 5,000 kwacha or 14,000 kwacha, depending on where you are, but it's always a fixed amount that is paid monthly. But you also have other costs, like say talk time. You find that you spend 300 kwacha at the beginning of the month, or 500 kwacha, and then maybe a couple of days later you spend on some money. You spend to buy something just for talk time, and that will vary. So when the cost is fixed, you make sure this is checked and you put in. So if it's rent, we're going to put in like 5,000. But if it's not fixed, we just uncheck that so that we are free to put in whatever amount at any time. And then we now specify whether there's no VAT, whether VAT is included in the price, or whether VAT is excluded. And once we're done, all we do is click add, and our expense is created. So it's then going to show up here. Okay, so now let's look at our different examples. So here I put in talk time, and like I said, talk time, you might want to have different fees attached. So here we even see that under fixed expense it is force, but here under transport allowance, I set the transport allowance as fixed, because the weekly transport allowance is fixed, because the bus fare and all that kind of stuff is the same all the time. So different expenses, you might want to fix the price and set it, or you might just want to leave it flexible. And that is our very introduction into expenses, how to create one. So we have gone through how to create one and how to create a category, but then we're now also going to look at how to manage categories right here. Okay, so here's a list of the categories I have. So if I want, I can come here and click edit, and I can change the name of the category, or I can come here and say maybe delete. But now I have two products inside my category. I just can't delete it. So I have to select to say, do I want to delete the category and the products as well? So I can click here. Or do I want to move the products in the category to another category? So I can then choose that option, and then I enter my password and I can confirm. So there we have it. Here is how you can manage your categories. Add a new one, edit the current one, or delete it. Here you've got your products. If you tap on the product, you can simply click edit, and you have the ability to edit any of the details that you had set when you were creating the category. When you're creating the expense. Alrighty, so that was an introduction to expenses, how to create them, how to create the categories for expenses, how to view them, and how to edit them. Follow our next video for more information.